Hey folks, how you all doing? Lloyd here, or Mr. Hats as I'm known in the VC. So I thought it was time to do another recent listens, recent spins video of the CDs I've been listening to in the car, or Lynne and I've been listening to in the car, and obviously the LPs we've been listening to at home. There's a few I'm not going to show you because I've just released videos of those. That's the entire My Morning Jacket LP collection, because I've just obviously had to re-listen to them because I was doing a rankings video of them, and also the John Lennon collection rankings video, so I won't be showing any of those. But everything else I've listened to in the last 3.5, maybe 4 weeks by now. I'll show you what I've been listening to basically. We'll go with the compact discs first. These are the ones that get listened to in the car. To start off with, Johnny Cash, American 5, the 5th of 6 albums produced by Rick Rubin. Won't tell you what I think of that album because I'll be ranking the Rick Rubin albums sometime in the near future, so I don't want you to get a heads up of what I think of each album. Got this one here, Capricorn, with their album Dark Earth. I don't like a single track on this. They're a Perth, Western Australia prog rock band / metal band. Yeah, I don't like any of these at all. I would say I probably picked this album up purely because of the cool album cover, and I'm sure it would have been in one of those 4 for $10 discount bins, and I was probably struggling for a album to make up, you know, a $10 section of CDs, and I would have picked that up for the album cover alone. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't when you choose something for an album cover. Also played this one, Rod Stewart, Blood Red Roses. I think this one was 2018 or thereabouts. I listened to this because of a thread I was responding to about blood / Halloween, etc, etc. Those threads are really good ideas because you tend to pick out albums that you occasionally forgot or haven't played for a long while, and you go, oh my god, while I've got that out I'll play it. So that was one of those albums. While I enjoyed that one so much, I decided to randomly pick another Rod Stewart one for the car. This one's a covers set, Soul Book. It's all R&B soul material from the 1960s and 60s. Some pretty good covers on here. Rod Stewart is a soul man by trade, really, I guess. So a lot of these are pretty good. It's just the whole album isn't really great. This one was released in 2015. Mark Ronson, the UK producer / DJ guy. So I don't know how many albums into his career this one was, but because he's a producer, he writes all the stuff, he gets guest vocalists in. I bought this one at the time for the brilliant Uptown Funk song with Bruno Mars, and there's still nothing I like on this album apart from that great song, and it was worth buying it just for that song, by the way. Next up we got Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson with their jazz influenced album Winter in America. I suppose I could have put this album in the winter thread that was going around recently, but I forgot all about it, probably because it was in the car at the time. I bought this album initially, this one was released in 1974 initially. I bought this simply because Gil Scott-Heron's original version of The Bottle is on this album, and that was a track that Paul Weller covered on his Studio 150 album. I loved Weller's version, thought I'd go back and hear the original. Really liked this version, but I prefer Paul Weller's cover. Next up, double CD. It's probably a bit overkill actually, but Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Greatest Hits. She's re-recorded a few Runaways songs for this album. I don't think they're Runaways tracks. I think she has actually re-recorded them from memory. But yeah, not a bad album. She's certainly a good rock singer. She's certainly up there with Suzi Quatro as far as being a great female rock vocalist goes. But this is just overkill. There's way too many tracks on here. They could have shortened it by half and had a really, really good single album. Best thing by far on here is still her I Love Rock and Roll song, which also was a cover from an English group from 1970s, 74, 75 from memory. Last one I'm going to show you from 2012, Paloma Faith with her Fall to Grace album. If you've never heard Paloma, go and listen to her. She's a cross between Amy Winehouse and Adele, for want of a better, sounds like. So yep, go and listen to her. Next up, we're up to the albums we've played in the house. Always a big fan of Neil Sedaka. So there's a double LP set there. You can read all the tracks yourself. Great artist. Another compilation here, The Brilliant Smokey. A huge string of great singles back there in the 70s and early 80s. Have a look at them. Brilliant stuff. We've got Red Gum here. They're an Australian, I guess, folk, alt folk type group. A lot of their stuff is quite I wouldn't say politically sensitive, but certainly social conscience stuff. They really lean towards the far left with their political lean-ins anyway. But there's still a few good songs on here. Like I Was Only 19, great song, and Diamantina Drover is also really good. Another compilation here, Charlie Rich, Greatest Hits. It really only had one big hit outside of the US, and that was The Most Beautiful Girl. He had a string of big hits in the US, especially on the country chart, so good album. Next up we have Burton Cummins. For those who don't know, which I wasn't aware of at the time, Burton was the lead singer, principal songwriter for Canadian rock band The Guess Who. He left that band in 1975, and this is his second solo album. This one was released in 1978. It's a pretty good soft rock album. There's a couple of R&B soul covers on here. Hold On, I'm Coming, and When a Man Loves a Woman. Pretty good album. This is actually from Lynne's collection, so this was interesting to hear, considering I'd never heard of it before. Next up we go to 1981, Mistaken Identity by Kim Carnes. Yep, for those of you in the US, this was the International Slave for the album, which was totally different from the US Slave. I was really dreading this when I pick records to listen to, I generally randomly just pick one like this. I'll just go, okay, well, I'll just pick this one, play that one, whatever, and I'd go through. But occasionally I do selectively pick an artist, but this was a random one again. I picked this out and I was going, oh my god, I really don't want to hear that, because I think Bette Davis Eyes is a terrible song. It sounds very dated. It's stuck in 1980 with that horrible post-new wave sound that it's got. But this album's really good on this listen. Really good album, apart from that one song I just mentioned. Second last, I actually pulled this album out to play literally less than a week before Ian from RTO announced he was going to do a Roger Daltrey solo albums ranking. This is his first album. This was from 1972, I believe. Very good album. It contains Giving It All Away and One Man Band. One Man Band was a big hit for Leo Sayer, literally 15 months after this was released, and Leo did co-write 8 of the 10 songs on this album, and yeah, really good album. Last but not least, my favourite album over the last 3.5 to 4 weeks that I've listened to is Chris Christopherson, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I. This was released in 1970. I think this was his second solo album. I could be wrong. Could be his third. Wasn't his debut, but it was certainly around that time. If I made a list of albums I considered the greatest singer-songwriter or even country albums of all time, if this one wasn't in the top 2 or 3, I'd be very surprised. Absolute masterclass of songwriting and storytelling on this album. If you've never heard this album or any of Chris's albums, go and give them a listen. One of the best songwriters ever. Great stuff. Chris Christopherson, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I. So there you are, folks. That's my roundup of records, compact discs Lynne and I have been listening to lately. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any of these albums, what you think of them. Do you rate the Chris Christopherson album up there as much as I do? Etc. If you know any of these other artists, let me know in the comments section below. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around, and bye, folks.